Here's my full and completely honest review of the Mutant Mass Gainer.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel, where I like to experience everything that life has to offer. As you can see, I have this giant bag sitting right next to me, and in this video, I'm going to give you my full, honest review of the Mutant Mass Gainer. I'm going to stress this is not sponsored by Mutant. I bought this entire big 15-pound bag with my own money. I've been having this for months now, and to give you a short answer, I'd probably rank this mass gainer about 4.25 stars out of 5. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the nutrition, how it tastes, how it affects me, and a lot more. First off, let's talk about the logistics. And in terms of the logistics, I'm talking about the nutrition and the price. So first off, you can see right here, it is $88 for this gigantic 15-pound bag. And when I go here, I'm going to go all the way here. You can see in terms of the nutritional facts, we have, as I scroll up, 49 servings. So going here, you can see it's about $1.80 per serving on average. About $1.80 for each serving when it comes to the Mutant Mass Gainer. Looking more in detail when it comes to these nutritional facts, first off, I want to say, I hate it when supplements do this. If you look at the front, you're like, oh, whoa, look at that, 1,100 calories, 56 grams of protein, but that's for 2 servings. I hate it. It's super misleading to me. Sorry, Mutant, but I think this is unbelievably misleading because this is for 2 servings, and it's right on the front of the bag. And let's say if you saw this at the store, you saw this picture online, it is deceiving. Because now going to the nutritional facts again, you can see that 1 serving size is 2 scoops. And to show you, 1 scoop looks like this, right? So I guess I'll show my hand next to it. I don't know if that's a good reference. So you have 2 of these. So it is a good amount of powder, as you can imagine. I mean, it is a mass gainer. And going back here to the nutrition, you can see that 1 serving size is 2 scoops, like I said, 550 calories per scoop. Good amount. In terms of the main macros, main numbers that I look at, about 300 milligrams of sodium, that's not bad. It's a little higher than I'd like it to be, but not bad. Then, might as well zoom in, we have 96 grams of carbs. That's a lot of carbs, but keep in mind if you're trying to bulk up, you're trying to put on mass, hence the name of a mass gainer. Of course, you want more carbs. And then protein, about 28 grams of protein. I'm not gonna lie, that's not the highest amount for just 1 serving. Like, I mean, if you look at most mass gainers, I feel like the minimum I've seen on a lot of them has been maybe about 35 to 40 grams of protein has been the minimum for just 1 serving. You can double up, like I said before, when it comes to getting double the servings and get 56 grams of protein. But in terms of 1 serving, with 2 scoops, 28 grams of protein. And then looking at the ingredients, I will also say I downloaded the image just to make it easier to look at. In terms of the carbohydrate blend, I like that there's maltodextrin. I like that. Some people might not, but I like dextrose in general. And in addition, we have a whey and casein blend in terms of the protein amount. So as you can see, we have whey protein concentrate, isolate, casein protein, and these different protein sources within the mass gainer. With that being said, how does it taste? I know this is a big question a lot of people have when it comes to protein powders, meal replacement supplements, mass gainers, whatever it is. I gotta be honest, I love the taste. This is one of my favorite tasting protein or powdered supplements. And I'm talking about meal replacement supplements, protein powders, mass gainers, etc. One of my favorite tasting powders I've ever had out of any supplement ever. And I want to stress, this is not sponsored by Mutant. This is my honest review. And this is the triple chocolate flavor. They do have other flavors. I gotta be honest, I've not tried any of the other ones. The way I look at it is, hey, if it's not broke, why fix it? Or why try to fix it? I love the flavor. And I want to say that because I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Like, I have to stress, I am not exaggerating that I actually get excited and look forward to having this mass gainer because of how good it tastes. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Now, before I get into how it affected me and my experience taking it, I want to talk about how I use it. The good thing about this mass gainer, like a lot of other mass gainers, is you can have it really anytime. If you want to have it right when you wake up, like say to immediately kick off your day with a 550 calorie shake, you can do so. If you want to have it post-workout, you can do so. For me personally, I find there's 2 main times and 2 main ways I have it. Depends upon the day, being honest. One, I look at it as a second post-workout shake. So I've mentioned this before, that after every workout, I have Huel. Huel is a meal replacement supplement. I've done a bajillion videos about Huel on this channel. I have Huel after every workout. That's my post-workout shake. And then I find maybe about an hour, hour and a half after working out, I'll then do a second shake, and usually I will have this mass gainer. So like I said, I didn't have it as my second post-workout shake. The other way I consume it is actually right before bed. There have been studies to show that having protein, and especially in this case with there being casein protein in it, having protein just in general right before bed can be really good for muscle protein synthesis. Dr. Rhonda Patrick has talked about this as well. And so depending on what I've consumed that day, depending on what I've ate that day and everything, sometimes I'll have it as a second post-workout shake. Other times I'll have it right before bed. So that all being said, in terms of the facts, in terms of the nutrition, the cost, the price per serving, how I take it, how did it affect me? And this is all, of course, my subjective and anecdotal experience of taking it. Being honest, I think this is a pretty good mass gainer. I've tried some mass gainers before. Gotta be honest, I think the Muscle Tech one, which I've already reviewed on this channel, I think is a little bit better. I think there's a lot more in it. Then again, it is a bit more expensive per serving. And what I like about this one is I feel like it does give me a good base of carbs, protein, etc., without being too much. Sometimes there are some mass gainers and I'm like, hey, you know what? This almost has too much stuff in it, and I really don't like that. What I like about this one is it is pretty simple and straightforward, and that's why for me, I find it's really easy to kind of add into my diet. Now, for me personally, being honest, I do more calisthenics, parkour, acrobatics, so I am trying to build muscle and build strength, but size isn't a massively big concern for me. Now, I'm assuming, being honest, if you're watching this video, size is. You're watching this video because you want to know if this mass gainer is worth the money, hence the name mass gainer. And I'm going to say yes. Now, of course, when it comes to size and building muscle and hypertrophy, eating more is the number one way to go. And that is the biggest convenience of a mass gainer. Because I'm going to be honest, in terms of a con or a negative aspect, like I said, about $1.80 per serving. And when you look at the macros, like the 96 grams of carbs, 28 grams of protein for one serving at $1.80, you could probably, and I'm just making this up, have a bunch of pasta for probably 40 or 50 cents with those same macros, right? So that's a big thing. I will say that when it comes to this, I feel like that it's a little overpriced. I hate to say it, as most mass gainers are. Most mass gainers you could probably replicate on your own for way cheaper. But the big thing you're paying for here is really the convenience. Like say I'm having a very busy day. I usually have a lot going on in terms of making music, filming videos. I'm doing a lot of things all at once. I could easily just have this in seconds. The fact that I don't have to, boil the water and then like say put pasta in, like say if I do want to have pasta, or like say if I want to make rice or chicken, it's very time consuming. A mass gainer, the big thing you're really paying for, the reason why like say, although the macros versus the serving size, I'm not gonna lie, $1.80 for this isn't the best ROI in my opinion. You are really paying for the convenience. That is the biggest thing. That's what I like about this supplement. And I will also say, like I mentioned earlier, the taste is phenomenal. And because I love the taste of this, it makes me look forward to having it. Like when I talked earlier about the Muscle Tech Mass Gainer, I gotta be honest, I did not like the taste. It tasted like this weird, I had the strawberry flavor, might as well mention that. It tasted like this most artificially weird. I did not like the taste of the Muscle Tech Mass Gainer. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't ideal and it wasn't preferred. With this, I actually do prefer it. And on that note, in terms of building muscle, building strength, as you can imagine, I've definitely noticed those benefits. I've noticed that after taking this, and I have it almost daily, I've definitely built way more strength, more muscle mass, etc. And like I said, I'm not trying to bulk up in terms of like a bodybuilder or anything along those lines, but I've noticed that when I do these grueling calisthenics workouts of handstand push-ups, planche push-ups, different types of like weighted pull-ups, all these different movements that I'm doing, I noticed that this is super helpful to really get in a bunch of macros right away. As you saw, the main three that I really focus on, 550 calories, 96 grams of carbs, 28 grams of protein. It's almost like a supercharged protein shake. Because like I said, the 28 grams of protein isn't the craziest amount, I'm going to be honest. I mean, the Huel that I have post-workout has 40 grams of protein, which is kind of why I have it immediately post-workout to get a bunch of stuff in my body right away. But then I have this, like say, hour maybe hour and a half later. And I'll definitely say after consuming this that I've definitely noticed I've built more strength. It's a lot easier to build muscle mass. Like say if I'm doing a lot of weightlifting, I've noticed that my hypertrophy gains have been a lot stronger and a lot better and a lot more noticeable. Overall, this stuff definitely works. With that being said, let's talk about the negative aspects. Of course, no product is ever perfect. I'm gonna be honest, the main negative thing about this mass gainer, the main negative aspect is the fact that it's a bit limited in terms of what you're getting. When you really look at it, you're getting a lot of calories, a lot of carbs, and a lot of protein. That's the biggest thing. If you look at other mass gainers, sometimes they have creatine monohydrate in them, for example. Sometimes they have other micro and macronutrients. Sometimes they have other supplements in them, and the idea is you're getting all the stuff right away, right at once. And I will say, depending upon the person, this could be both a pro and a con, depending on how you're looking at it. Because for me, I kind of like that this is pretty simple compared to other mass gainers. A lot of carbs, good amount of protein or an okay amount of protein, $1.80 per serving, pretty straightforward, right? So I do kind of like that it's very simple in that regard. There are some mass gainers that I've taken before that have a bajillion things in them. I'm talking a bajillion, and we've probably all seen these online. It's like 5 scoops that fills up almost half your blender bottle, and you're like, wait, where do I even put the water? So you kind of have to use a real blender. With this, I do kind of like that's a bit more simple and a bit more bare bones. Then again, if let's say you are looking for one of those crazy supercharged mass gainer with a bajillion ingredients in it, tons of calories, tons of other supplements and ingredients and whatnot in it, this might not be the mass gainer for you. Like I showed you with the nutritional facts, it is pretty simple in terms of what you're getting. That being said though, I really do love this mass gainer because a lot of people I know on this channel follow me when it comes to calisthenics and parkour. And I know for a lot of people doing these acrobatic movements, they're not looking at these crazy, intense, supercharged mass gainers. But you do have to hit your macros. You do have to have enough nutrition and calories and protein and carbs and more in order to supplement the intense workouts that you're doing. And that's why I want to do a video about this, because to me, it's the perfect blend of being a mass gainer in terms of giving you all this stuff at once, like the 550 calories, et cetera, while not being too much, which might or might not be what you want exactly given your diet.